Good afternoon, I am Precious Nzeya Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Midday News. The headlines. Inflation rate hit 17.4, its highest in 4 years. Government will not tolerate illegal land allocation, warns LUSAKA District Commissioner. Details coming to you after this commercial. Hello, have you heard about LUSAKA? Do you know that you can advertise for as low as 150 kwacha for 30 seconds? Well, LUSAKA is here. Advertise on LUSAKA between 17 hours and 18 hours. Just tell us about the services that you offer and we'll gladly put you on the market. For more details, you can contact +260 953 995099. +260 962 444 726 or +260 971 177 467. LUSAKA, allowing your business to grow. Join Pastor Victoria and Moses Chilua, the Healing Word Ministries International.
Starting on the 3rd to 6th December 2020.
Dr. Francis Miles from the USA returns to Zambia for a conference on issuing restraining orders.
Because you see, God responds to your revelation. So if you approach God as the healer, He heals you. If you approach Him as your shepherd, He will touch your soul. But if you approach Him judicially, He will show you He's the cause.
Venue: the Healing Word Ministries International in Ibex Hill. Time:
17 hours to 19 hours from Thursday to Saturday.
And on Sunday from 09 hours to 11 hours. For more details, call +260 962 965 883. You do not want to miss this conference this time. And now the media news in detail. A 38-year-old woman who featured on Camnet TV for financial assistance for her tuition fees has finally been rendered the support she needed. Jen Mambo of LUSAKA's Mrs. Compound, who divorced her husband in 2015 after going through some form of abuse for almost 18 years, has thanked all the well-wishers, including Camnet TV station, for carrying the story. Mambo has received a donation of 4,800 kwacha from different well-wishers, both local and from the diaspora. She has also received a scholarship to study clinical medicine once she clears her exams. Details in the following report.
Jane Mambo, a 38-year-old divorcee of Mrs. Compound, who featured on Camnet TV News last week Saturday, seeking for financial assistance to pay her tuition fees, has finally received the support from well-wishers. Mambo has received a donation of 4,800 kwacha from both local and international well-wishers. Her tuition fees have been cleared. Mambo can finally write her grade 12 exams with a clear mind, all thanks to the support rendered by the well-wishers. This reporter physically went to deliver a parcel to her. An amount of 2,770 kwacha was given to her in cash, while 2,000 kwacha was paid direct toward her tuition fees by a named well-wisher. Her tuition teacher had also this to say.
Her age, yes. So she's really need that help. It's a good move. If those well-wishers come in, it will be a very good thing to us, even as teachers at Diri. Yes, because what we want is to see our progress in education.
Meanwhile, a scholarship to study clinical medicine in the June-July 2021 intake will also be awarded to her after she clears her final exams by FEM Education Success.
This is a letter as FEM Education Success. We're giving a 100% scholarship. So this scholarship will cover all her tuition fees until the time she writes her last paper, and also transport, because there's a distance from here to Mrs. So you'll be given transport every day until you finish your your exam.
These are the words she had to say to both the well-wishers and Camnet TV.
I'd like to salute the CEO of the Camnet media station. I would like also to thank the organizations and the people of Zambia individually who came in and contributed from the little which they have.
Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News in Lusaka.
The Ministry of General Education has praised Kablonga Boys Secondary School for exhibiting high levels of independence by innovative through the school production unit. Speaking when he graced the Kablonga Boys Secondary School Value Addition Expo, themed Economic Development Through Value Addition, Acting Permanent Secretary Benson Banda says adding value to the products that the school produces will not end the school income but empower the pupils with knowledge and skills of survival once they graduate from secondary school. Meanwhile, school head teacher Jolly Nalili says the school aspires to offer free education to all pupils once the school production unit becomes more viable.
Kablonga Boys Secondary School has continued to be a trailblazer in both academic performance for the pupils and the school's production unit. The school, which boasts of an impressive production unit which grows tomatoes and a fish pond, Thursday held a Value Addition Expo to showcase what the school is doing under this unit. The school, which was today harvesting fish from its ponds, has also started smoking chickens and fish, which it hopes to help the school in generating more income for its operations. School head teacher Jolly Nalili says once the school stabilizes in raising funds, it wishes to offer free education to all the pupils at the school.
Kablonga Boys has been mainly in primary products. We've been producing a lot of tomatoes, and most of it has been going to waste. And also we have also fish from our fish ponds, and also we've been producing chickens and also goats. Now we discovered that we needed to go a step further to do value addition. So what you are witnessing today is a value addition expo. COVID-19 situation, by now we could have attained free education to all our learners. As you are aware, Kablonga Secondary School is in an urban setting, but most of our learners, 99% of our learners, come from the less disadvantaged homes, Mutendere, Karingaringa, Bauleni. This is where we get, and most of these learners are coming from child-headed homes, and some parents have lost their jobs. So this is our ultimate, because you and I, if you are my age, you must have benefited, from grade 1 up to university. That was free education. Why should we disadvantage capable learners, promising learners on account of school fees?
And gracing the event, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of General Education, Benson Banda, says what the school has done should be emulated by other schools as it helps to empower children become innovative in society.
There could be people down there doubting that we cannot be productive as a country. Here is an example of a school which is in the center, in the capital, the high prime area, but being involved in productivity. If Kablonga Boys, which used to be a school where people are complaining about, has now been turned into a school where everyone is appreciating what it's supposed to do, why can't other schools learn from this scenario? For all other schools which are out there, I think this is the way we should go. How do we make sure that we help the young ones get the values of living longer, doing the right thing, and using the space properly?
Meanwhile, Kablonga Boys Parents and Teachers Association PTA Chairman Likando Lisulo also added his voice on this great achievement.
It's actually opening up, I think, the children to the many opportunities that are there, methodologies in which to do a lot of things.
The pupils who will also be part of this initiative added their voice on this.
A wise man once whispered, saying that feeling thankful for not expressing it is like wrapping a gift and not giving it. So us having this big expo at our school, it's a very good achievement, and we're developing as a school. And not only as Kablonga Boys, we expect the whole country to develop. That's the way we have started. and we're just an example of what's about to come.
Indeed, the school has responded to the call by government that schools should enhance their production unit and raise their own resources. It is hoped that other schools will learn from this. Sharon Kalimbula, Camnet News, Lusaka.
In other news, the civil society Scaling Up Nutrition has expressed concern over the continued double increase of inflation rate, creating food insecurity in the urban areas. According to the latest report of the Zambia Statistic Agency, ZAMSTAT, the year-on-year inflation rate as measured by the All Items Consumer Price Index CPI for October 2020 increased to 16% from 15.7% recorded in September 2020. CSO Sun National Coordinator Matthew Muhuru says this is making it hard for people to buy food that will meet their dietary needs. Mr. Muhuru says the current inflation rate, which stands at 17.4, is the highest record so far in the 2020 and urged government to address the issue. He has since called on government to urgently tackle the double-digit inflation rate before it goes out of hand, as well as revisiting certain policies so as to lower interest rates in order to drive economic recovery.
What usually happens when our inflation rate increases is that prices of food especially has been one of the drivers of this inflation rate. So on a monthly basis, you are basically seeing an increase in food prices, something that is making it very difficult for an ordinary household in Zambia, ordinary family in Zambia to afford food, especially the imported food or food that is sold in supermarkets, simply because the price is out of reach when it comes to them finding means to purchase those food. So this is just increasing food insecurity in the urban areas. So the driver of food insecurity in the urban areas is just the high food prices, which will make it hard for people to really buy food that will meet their dietary needs, but would opt for foods that will just probably keep them going and last them for a certain period of time rather than them going for quality food.
Zambia annual inflation rate has hit its highest in 4 years owing to a sharp rise in the price of both food and non-food items. Central Statistical Agency Interim Statistical General Mulenga Msepa has announced that the annual inflation rate for November 2020 increased to 17.4% from 16% recorded in October this year. Mr. Mulenga says the major food items that have contributed to this spike in inflation includes vegetables, among them rape, pumpkin leaves, dried beans, tomato and meat products such as fillet, rump steak, brisket and mixed cut. Others include chicken, fats and oil and sugar, which is currently one of the country's forex ends. Inflation has been persistently above the central bank's target band of 6 to 8% for almost a year and a half and may accelerate due to the continued depreciation of the kwacha and the recent default on Eurobonds. While Zambia's economy has continued to face many challenges, the country has recorded a trade surplus of 6,500.9 million kwacha in October 2020. In other news, government has re-echoed its warning that structures built on illegal land will be demolished in order to curb lawlessness. In an interview with Camnet TV, Lusaka District Commissioner David Silubanji says government would not tolerate people acquiring land illegally. Mr. Silubanji says though it is not government's intention to demolish illegal structures, but illegal building is not good and should not be encouraged, stressing that its ending is bad. He says allocation of illegal land has resulted in the local authority failing to construct drainages because people have constructed structures on areas where there's supposed to be drainages. Mr. Silubanji has warned those that have constructed in areas where there's supposed to be drainages that they will be demolished. He has therefore encouraged Zambians to buy their land from the rightful sources like the Lusaka City Council and the Ministry of Lands, as they are mandated to do that.
It's unfortunate that some people would want just to go find an opening, they start building without documents. Illegal building of houses is not good because we are denying the government to have enough knowledge to see where we are supposed to put a drainage, where we are supposed to leave an opening. Because one, you are going to suffer. Because when we discover that you have built where we are supposed to put a drainage, you are going to demolish your house. And it's you who's going to lose. So those who are doing illegal land allocations, they must know that once found, they will be prosecuted and they will be jailed. It is not good. Leave the allocation of lands to council and the Minister of Lands, because these are the people who are mandated by law, who are supposed to give you land. And for you who are buying land, please buy from the rightful source. Buy from the council, buy from Minister of Lands, because these are the people. In any case, if some individual is selling land, please have time to go and verify the land you want to buy. Verify with the council, verify with the Minister of Lands. The council is the planner of this city. So if you want to verify with the council. LUSAKA City Council were able to give you very good records about the land you want to buy. Because the people have cried foul. Because as a government, we will not just sit down and wait. We will come and demolish your place. And that will not be good for you. It's not even good because it's not an intention of the government to start demolishing the land.
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Midday News, but before we go, the headlines once again. Inflation rate hits 17.4, its highest in 4 years. Government will not tolerate illegal land allocations, warns LUSAKA District Commissioner. Thank you for joining me. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Good afternoon.